All right, what's up, guys? I'm going to give you guys the monthly chart analysis. Those of you that want to do monthly swings. Okay. I was wondering where my thing was at. All right, so you guys can see that the monthly chart for the US dollar is going up. So with that being said, basically it's repeating almost the same thing what it's doing back here back in 2018. So just a little bit, yeah, pretty much 2 years. No, yeah, 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago. 3 years ago. That's crazy. 3 years ago. Wow. So 3 years ago. So I'm looking for the same thing, same setup. They're probably going to try and drive the US dollar back up to retest. I'm assuming 94 would be the first one right here. It was a major rejection here on the monthly resistance. And then the final resistance would be to break 99. If for some reason it doesn't break 94, I'm just going to sell it back down. So it's just the easiest way I can say it because it is still on a downtrend. So easier said than done. Just get a downtrend, get a trend line. And you can see that it is still downtrending for the US dollar index. So in most part, yes, it is downtrending, but it's trying to retrace right here, creating support at the 90 and 89 price point. And with that being said, we could see this as more of a buying bullish move for the US dollar for right now. Now, like I said, we are in the new month and it is February 1st. So I'm giving you guys this monthly analysis now so that you guys can take upon for yourself whether you want to do a full monthly swing or if you think this is probably a reversal point to where you want to hold it for back to 99. Totally on you guys, okay? All right, so I need to get this trend line out because I don't use trend lines. It's just not my thing. Some work, some don't, but most of the time I use it doesn't work anyways. So here is very interesting to see where gold is going. Gold has been ranging at this price. And what I talked about on the Sunday Forex weekly analysis, that gold has been ranging between 1875 and 1800. So it's a $75 price gap. Based on the monthly, I would sell. But since it's been so unpredictable, you're just better off scalping this pair. There's just so much consolidation with gold, and I would recommend just understanding where the fundamentals are going to drive gold for the remainder of tax season. Maybe next month something major might happen because last year in March, remember Trump initiated the nation pandemic with the COVID-19, and that's what caused gold to go up crazy. So what I'm talking about, like right here, and then it shot up. So very interesting to see where this pair is going to be going. Overall, it is still uptrending, but you got to be careful that this pair has been sideways, choppy, and you have to understand that when it's choppy and it's going sideways and it's just ranging from, previous resistance to previous support, you have to understand where you're going to try and make your trades with gold. So me personally, I would recommend just scalping this. I would not try and do a full monthly swing unless you're just on a demo account. Try it out for yourself, whether you like it or not. So that's the easy way I can say it for gold right now. UJ is going back up. You can see that it has been trying to break 105 here. You can see that UJ has not come back down to test break right here and the wick at 102 and 100. So looking for it to come back up. Me personally, I'm looking for it to break 106 on the monthly and then come test 108. And then if it doesn't break 108, then I'm just going to sell it back down. But 108 on the monthly resistance is pretty crucial to break because then it'd be testing this trend line right here on the monthly that I have set here. So other than that, that's all I got for USDJPY on the monthly. Euro, on the other hand, is going back down. I'm expecting the same setup right here. That's what I'm expecting. The same setup. Has not broken 124. It's tried 123 so many times. It's been back down. Now it's at 120. Yeah, I think it's at 120 now. So very interesting to see where this is going. But overall, it is going back down. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes all the way back down to 116 by the end of tax season. That's just the way I'm looking at it right now. You can see this support right here, and it meets up where right here it lines up at 117. So I would say 117 because this is based on 117, not 116. But 116 would be the major support price to break, and then from there, going back down to 108 and 106. That's it. The pound. The pound is not breaking anything higher than 138. You guys can see this. This is a bullish doji monthly candle here. I'm actually looking for it to come back down. I've been trying to sell this thing, so I just want to let you guys know that. So this is very interesting to see that you can see this setup and then this setup. So it's basically inverted candles, right? So now I'm looking for it to come back down to 134 off the wick, and there is no support until it comes back down to 129, which is right here between 130 and 128. And if it breaks that, then I'm looking for 122. Yeah, I'm looking for 122. Once it breaches 122, this be the major price to break. And that's it for the pound here. EURGBP. Now this is getting tricky because based on this bearish engulfing candle, and it is still a doji, I would be selling back down. Now obviously euro is weaker than the pound, so EURGBP is going to be going down with euro. So very interesting to see where this is going. Obviously this pair has been up for quite some time, so I'm going to zoom out so you guys get a chance to see this. Yeah, this pair has been up. So if you look at this price, you narrow, it basically hasn't tested anything higher than 90 and 94, up to 94 here. And the lowest that it bounced off of was 70. So if you were to look at the price of where it's at, where it's sitting at right now currently at 88,221, it is still at the higher price. So with that being said, just be careful because I like to trade this pair with the pound and do an inverse correlation with the pound to the dollar. But obviously that's not the case right now. So be very careful if this pair does drop even more with euro, USD, or any of the euro pairs. So what I'm looking at right now is a huge fundamental move for the European Central Bank. Also the European Union going against the UK Parliament. And another thing is, can the economy for Europe sustain while they're on lockdown? So that's another big issue right now. So pay close attention to that. USD Swiss, buying USD Swiss. So I'm gonna move this back down. You can see the support price right here, almost the same as this structure going back up. Right, so it came all the way up to, what was it, 102? So now, am I saying we're gonna hit 102 this month? No, but what I'm looking at is probably another major bullish move to retest 92. If it breaks 92, then your next move would be 96. There's a lot of the resistance and rejection at 96 and 98. So very important to see this. This trend line is my weekly trend line. So this trend line has not been broken through until it comes back to test 98. So that's going to be a while for USD Swiss. So just to see here, let me zoom out. Just to look and see where this pair is going. This pair has been down for quite some time. So just look at back in 1998, 2000, and 2002. They were at all-time high in 2000 to 2002, and then did a major drop all the way down. And then in 2012, finally picked back up. But you can see there's just so much consolidation between 104 and then all the way back down to 89 right here in 90. So it's just a huge consolidation structure right here based on the monthly. Now, is it a really good pair to do monthly swings on? No, unless something major happens with Switzerland. That's the only thing. Swiss bank is huge. So USDCAD, let's talk about USDCAD here. Moving on to the next pair. I'm gonna buy USDCAD. You can see it's created support here right down and hold on. And not going off the wick like 126. Looking for it to come back to test 130. And if it doesn't break 130, then there's no point holding it for 133. 133 is another major resistance, but like I said, USDCAD has hit all-time high in the beginning. Yeah, you can say that in the beginning of 2020, and then it shot itself down. Now the reason why USDCAD hit an all-time high was because oil dropped drastically. So pay close attention to what's going to happen to oil. But I don't expect oil to drop back to zero anytime soon. Probably not for a long time. And that was probably the best time to buy oil anyways. But most brokers don't allow that. Okay, so let's talk about Australia and New Zealand. So bearish doji candles. And I'm suspecting more of a drop back. My lowest price I would target here would be 74. And if it breaks that, then the next target would be 70. So 70 was a support price right here. Once it breaches 70 for Australia, then I would target 62 and 60. And that is the lowest price. Now, that's just based on support, not on the wick. Okay, I'm not basing the wick. Now, the wick is the lowest, but wick has no support. Okay. Same thing with New Zealand, looking for it to come back down. 70 would be the lowest I'd shoot for. And then 66. Once it breaches 66, then I would target the lowest price would be 60 right here. Very similar structure as pertaining to the Australian dollar. Let me talk about Wall Street here. I don't want to get you guys confused here, but let's talk about S&P 500, all-time high. It wants to keep going. I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps going. Same thing with US 30. I expect it to keep going as well. I know it's kind of weird right now because Biden's trying to work on a third stimulus program. Biden's trying to revive the economy. Biden's trying to do this and that. So there's a lot of things with the Biden administration that's trying to revive the economy right now. And we are in tax season. But what is so different from what I'm seeing from last year is that there is really no trend that you could follow. And I'm not talking about the monthly chart. I'm talking about the 4-hour and the daily. And so there isn't really a trend to follow. Most pairs are just kind of like ranging up and down quite a bit. Some of the USD pairs are picking back up in the trend, like USDJPY, USD Swiss, right? Pound is starting to come back down. Maybe that's a key point reversal for the pound. Same thing with Euro. Gold, I would not recommend trying to find a trend with gold because gold is so unpredictable. You don't even know where gold's going to go. With US 30, like I said, and S&P 500, I expect Wall Street to keep going up. And the way Biden is trying to push to revive the economy, that's just the way I'm seeing it right now, unless something major happens with the stock market or the real estate. Well, those are the two things I'm paying attention to. What's going to happen with the housing market during tax season and what's going to happen with Wall Street during tax season until the end, like the end of tax season, right at the end of tax season. So like I said, the most important thing is you don't know when fundamentals are going to hit, and you have to be prepared when news hits, like unexpected news. I know you guys are asking about. Let me talk about the MyFX book here. Let's talk about oh shoot. Okay, let's talk about some. Thursday would be the big day. And then Friday would be the final big day because there's NFP. I expect a whole lot of movement starting Wednesday all the way through Friday. So I know there isn't a whole lot because I know we're in the new week here, a new month. The first 2 days kind of like trying to feel itself out, especially for the new week and the new month. So, and then like the middle weeks are like a little bit better to work with. And then the last week can be up and down quite a bit or just consolidation. So what I want to say here, using this economic calendar, yes, certain news do affect the markets. From what I've seen so far and what I've seen 4 years ago, right? Because I started trading 4 years ago. This is crazy because any high impact news would impact the market a lot. on that particular period, right? If we have New Zealand coming out with unemployment rate and employment change, that is some major news for New Zealand, and it would be a spike going up or down, right? Big bullish candle on the 1 minute or big bearish candle on the 1 minute chart. That's how I look at things. And then, you know, take your profits or take your losses as soon as you enter that trade. You know, within 3 to 5 seconds. That's just the way I trade the red news. Most of the red news are not as are not really high volatile as they used to be. Even non-farm payroll isn't as high of a volatile news versus what it was 4 years ago from what I've seen trading. So can we expect, you know, speeches or GDP, which is the gross domestic product, interest rates, right? Or maybe the Fed speaking, or maybe President Biden is speaking. You don't know which news is going to bring out the most outcome and the most volume of trading in that particular time. We can only anticipate so much for any high impact news or any red news that's gonna try and drastically change the markets. And if that doesn't change the markets, then that's it. Then the markets was already priced in. What I mean when the market is already priced in is that they already are not going to go by the news, right? They're not going to follow the news because that's nothing major for them. That's when you got to shift back to your technical trading, okay? Support, resistance, candlesticks, price action. So in all, you know, in I don't know, in all aspects of trading, your technical analysis will always be there, but always understand the fundamentals are going to play out at any given time, at any given day, and we can only anticipate so much when the fundamentals hit, right? So that's just you know, my personal opinion, right? And it's always my personal opinion and objective for this. So I'm giving you guys everything, you know, my thoughts and what I'm seeing this and what to expect, you know. And I know we're in a new month. I don't really see a whole lot what's going on. I know a lot of you guys like to trade gold. Well, gold hasn't really decided to make a decision where it wants to go up or down. It's just been ranging. And like I said, that 1875 is the resistance, and then the 1800 is the support. But realistically, gold has been ranging from 1860 to 1840. That's just the easy way I can say it, putting down the 30-minute and the 1 hour chart. So other than that, that's it, guys. And like I said, we could probably, you know, see some really high volume tomorrow. But like I said, I don't expect until Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because they're trying to drive everything out for NFP. So pay close attention to that.